Jai Shri Ram. Text completion. Now let's look at this one. Ken. Range of knowledge. Within my ken. Within my range of knowledge. Clutches. Now within somebody's clutches means under somebody's control. Ambit. Area. Area of influence. Within the ambit. Within the purview. Purview. Within the purview of the constitution. Within the jurisdiction of the police station. Area of influence. Caprice. Whimsy. Whimsy. Sudden change of mind or an extremely fanciful idea. A crusade is a campaign. A crusade against corruption. A strong campaign. Udyamam. Crusade can also mean holy war. Jihad. Which Islam and Christianity, their holy books recommend. And 9 crusades have taken place so far in the history of the world. 9 times. Christians and Muslims have fought each other and killed many innocents in the process also. So the 10th one is going on right now. Of course, it's not an overt war, it's a covert war. O-V-E-R-T, overt means open, covert means hidden. So crusade means a holy war, jihad. And mission, let us see. There was little to suggest, that means nothing to suggest. Remember, we discussed little without the article a. A little means something, little means almost nothing. There was little to suggest Popper's future eminence until he came within the dash of the Vienna Circle, the renowned group of philosopher-scientists whose dash was to replace traditional metaphysics. Metaphysics means philosophy. Metaphysics is the inquiry into first principles. First principles would mean what is mind, what does it mean to be. When you say I, who's that I? And so many other fundamental, what is the purpose of life and things like that. Traditional metaphysics with the clean worldview of modern science. Okay, clean worldview. So, pause now, please pause. So, the answer has to be ambit and mission, because clutches is always used in a negative context. He was in the clutches of that evil woman. Clutches means in somebody's control. Clutching at something means to cling, grasp. Ken is for the range of knowledge. My ken, your ken. It is beyond your ken. That means beyond your understanding, beyond your knowledge. And crusade, as you said, is a very strong campaign or a holy war. So the word again in this context doesn't fit. So the word mission is sufficient. So the next one, codependent. Codependent means a person who is dependent on the addict. Now there could be an addict at home, could be a drug addict or an alcohol addict. The mother, father, brother, sister, anyone could end up becoming a codependent, which means instead of trying to get him cured, this person is now hooked on the addict as much as the addict is hooked on the drugs or alcohol. So this person is an enabler. He tries to defend and rationalize and overlook the repercussions of the bad behavior. So codependency is dangerous. Don't be a codependent. If there is a person with a problem, with a strong destructive addiction, self-destructive addiction, they need help, not your sympathy and in which you hope that you will somehow manage to help him get rid of it. No, it's not going to work that way. So this enabler is also a sufferer. That is codependent. Now codependent can otherwise mean, in a general sense, dependent on one another. Dependent on one another. Reflexive is a strange word with two opposite meanings. Capable of reflection, which means thoughtful, being thoughtful, and reflection. Reflection means, being able to think deeply. And reflexive can also mean indulging in habitual unthinking behavior. So reflexive can mean thoughtful. It can also mean thoughtless, instinctive behavior. So reflexive can also mean reflecting back on itself. Suppose you sit back and think about what happened in the past, and in hindsight, in retrospect, you examine whatever happened in your life and try to draw some lessons out of it. That is reflexive. So reflexive is a nice word, interesting word, but unfortunately it's got two meanings which are opposites of each other, and a third meaning. That means looking back onto the past, turning back on oneself, thinking about your own thinking or thinking about your past and trying to draw some lesson. Distinct means unique, coterminous, ending at the same time. Or coterminous can also mean having the same boundaries. Coterminous. A district coterminous with the next city, having the same boundary. Coterminous means having the same boundary, coextensive in scope or duration. An experience of life coterminous with the years of his own father. An experience coterminously, coetaneous. You see, these are all related words. Coeval. Now, coeval is another word which means of the same age, antiquity, or duration. Same age, coeval, 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 of equal age, antiquity, equal age. Okay, coetaneous is another word. Coetaneous also means the same as coeval, of the same age. So next we have continuous. Okay, coterminous and continuous almost like not necessarily synonyms. Despite keyword adi అయినప్పటికీ కూడా इसके बावजूद, despite the fact that the lifespan of animals is conveniently divided into separate stages including the prenatal, adolescent and senescent means old age, these periods are not truly. Please pause. The answer should be, I think, distinct. Though they are divided into separate stages, they are not actually distinct. So despite is the clue. Divided into separate stages, and though they are divided into separate stages, they are not truly separate. So distinct. Okay, next one. Consequential, having impact, having consequence. Impactful. Coeval, just now we discussed, of the same age. Peripheral, on the boundary. Indispensable. Absolutely essential, without which you cannot function. The sine qua non. SINEQUANON. Sine qua non. Good attitudes and good communication skills are the sine qua non of success. So absolutely essential. Permeating, passing through several layers or spreading out, getting diffused and all that. The storyline of the novel was extremely complex. Involved here means complex, and included many lesser characters dashed to the central events. Okay, so please pause. Yeah, this is a bad construction because permeating is sounding odd there. In fact, some other form of that word should be there. The answer has to be indispensable because it is so complex. That means several things are absolutely essential. Many lesser characters are indispensable to the central events. Okay, indispensable. Next one, character equipoise, emotional balance, being calm. Affluence, great wealth. Discontent, not being contented. Rectitude, morally upright. Integrity, honesty. Probity, PROBITY. Probity means honesty. Rectitude means moral uprightness. Niti yuktamaina. So opposite of rectitude is turpitude, TURPITUDE. Turpitude means moral corruption, completely debauched and sort of corrupt. British political scientists once had difficulty understanding how the unbalancing effects of affording greater representation to the wealthy was once the means of preserving the dash of the commonwealth. Okay, read again and try to understand what is he saying. So it's a strange situation. So these political scientists, they knew that these are unbalancing effects. How the unbalancing effects? That means bad effects. They are giving greater representation to the wealthy, and so that means the wealthy people have more control. So it's a kind of plutocracy. PLUTOCRACY. Plutocracy means rule by the wealthy, rule by the rich. So this was the means of preserving the character of the commonwealth. If that had not been there, then there would not have been any commonwealth. And these are political scientists. Political scientists are interested in studying power structures. So commonwealth is a power structure. The word is very nice, commonwealth, but it is actually uncommon. The British have been stealing. They were colonizers. They looted shamelessly. So the answer has to be character here. Jai Shri Ram.